we are going to go live right here and right now with this, the first game of the semifinal series in the Amateur Competitive Invitational between Chippendales and Team Xbox Champions. I'll do the roster rundown for Xbox, you can do Chippendale. So for Xbox Champions, we have K3, Machiavellis, MK, and Hundo, aliased up respectively as Alexi 12, Neverlasting, Bills, Rarlo, and Liquid Lay.
Yeah, and I don't know the names of these players, unfortunately, so you're going to have to forgive me, but it's definitely Chip, Skip, Trip, and Drip.
Perfect, because I don't know the name of them either. And we are ready. We have the players recording their demos and taking screenshots. And this first hit for Team Chippendales looks to be a pretty good one, actually, for the Special Infected. It's a Jockey, a Smoker, a Charger, and a Spitter here. So a lot of separation potential. Jockey pre-spawning behind the tree. Smoker coming from the back. Spitter on the billboard there. We have the Smoker pole actually going out. Charger gets a beautiful double charge intercept. That is a ridiculous 2-cap coming out and a lot of separation. Spit's gonna die on Rochelle as well, and Cygnus, you don't typically see that much damage come out from that first hit.
Yeah, the only way they could have gone even like a little bit better is if the Spit had landed, but still, tons of damage. Really nice hit for that first hit. You usually don't see too much happen.
Exactly, and I mean, that obviously, and I can say from watching both of these teams, they have stellar SI, and as a matter of fact, in the last series that they played in these playoffs, Team Xbox won due to their SI, but both these teams, I'd say Cygnus, are survivor-oriented teams.
Definitely, if you have a strong survivor, you can almost not have to worry about Boomer, because they're really good about the Boomer going in and being popped immediately by Alexi 21.
Alexi 12.
12?
This is gonna happen.
Oh, yeah.
It really is, because they're confusing us. So yeah, that was a nice pop coming out there. Charger, however, goes in there, misses though. He actually led in with that charge. Now he gets a punch. Jockey goes off to the side a little bit too, and that Spitter has nothing to spit on. He's just gonna spit down there. It's gonna bounce off the wall. What do you think of that hit, Cygnus? I think they rushed that a little.
Well, I think it was a little bit. I think they panicked, maybe made a split-second decision, decided to go in. Even though they only had 3, I think it probably would have just been a better idea to kind of wait for the last spawn and maybe try to salvage something maybe later on the bridge.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, now they have a Smoker, Jockey, Boomer, and I'm not exactly sure because that spawn was a little bit... Thank you, Marbles, had the button for about 2 months. Okay, Kiss Me. Kiss Me's just going to interrupt our casting flow here with these odd comments to his lovely Twitch chat, so... I appreciate it, Kiss Me. Smoker, Boomer, Hunter, and a Jockey for this hit here. Yeah, I am the one reading it, so you know I have an inclination to read chat, okay? We've casted I don't know how many games together, and you know I read everything you say. Right,
the witch is in the... Yeah. The witch is going to be past that little choke point after the second level. They pass the second level. Anyway, the Smoker does spawn up and try to get a pull onto the car, however, that's not going to be a thing.
Yeah, I don't really see where that landing, and you look at their positioning though for the Xbox champs. They're very, very good at doing that, like shifting as a team and pretty much being extremely coordinated. But that's a hard witch spot, Cygnus. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, she could end up running on the bed. There's a lot of things she could stumble over. So it looks like they're gonna draw it. Oh no, he's actually gonna rush for it, and he's gonna. Oh my goodness, he barely misses it. Actually has the witch. Hunter manages to bounce in, land on Rochelle for a few moments. Boomer does get a barf bag. The Smoker goes in for a moment of a pull, but gets cleared almost instantly.
That's unfortunate, because he came up there, right, and from my perspective, it looked like the pellets half hit the witch and half hit the ground, you know, so it only did around 500 damage instead of 900.
Yeah, you know what? I'd almost say that was camera shake from the Jockey scratch messed up a shot.
Yeah, I would say so too. So that's nice. that's a nice heads-up play right there by the Chippendales to take advantage of that. They got that quad boom. They already have a full down, obviously going out from that witch, and also half of Machiavellis' health down the drain. So it's gonna be a Hunter, a Spitter, a Jockey, and a Charger for this hit here for the Chippendales, trying to repeat their success of those first couple hits. But now the Xbox champions are gonna have to do a good job of taking this before that tank. It looks as though the SI want to come from the back here, Cygnus.
Yeah, they may opt to just go right at the bottom, whether the tank spawns or not. As soon as they drop, and it looks like they're actually going to keep...
They're going.
No, they're definitely going.
That Jockey's coming in. Hunter goes in, almost gets a DP, as a matter of fact, on to Neverlasting. Jockey going in there, getting dead stopped. Charger and Spitter both spawning in the front, and the tank is up in the hands of Trip for the Chippendales. Charger actually manages to land that, as a matter of fact, with a spit once more. It's not quite on top of that, but actually that's going to be MK taking a nice amount of damage. Rock going in there, and we do have both Worms tickets, so which one would you like to take this over to?
Definitely infected.
All right, then how do we take this over to a Chippendales Worm Kiss Me and see how they're going to play this?
Reload. So you got plenty of sight. You're good to go.
Just let them bleed.
Yeah.
They're gonna be out of ammo fast too, because there's not a pile near them.
Oh, there's not. So, alright, let's grab a hit.
Let's do it. Oh fuck, I didn't mean to spawn. Help.
Alright, that's fine. We gotta go.
Nice.
Oh, Rock came close. Nice pull on that HP though. Maybe try an underhand from up
100%.
there.
They're moving forward. Watch it.
Careful. Oh, they're gonna take it.
I think you should drop down that car on this hit. I mean, look at
Oh,
that
nice
car.
rock. Nice rock.
Yes.
Dude, move that car towards them. What do you think?
Yeah, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and move it forward.
Nope.
Oh. Ah.
And we are back momentarily. Okay, and we are back.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are. He said he's unmuted. See, it says.
Alright, let's.
Yeah, let's just do it. Fuck it. More rock from right there. Nice, boom. Nice, commit,
okay,
commit,
put the car in.
commit.
Put the car. Wait, Jockey, wait.
Yeah, just
Put that car in.
Oh.
Don't concentrate
Close.
too much on it though if you can. Those guys are boomed and they can't move.
Uzi on your back.
Alright, let's go.
Nice
charge.
charge. Oh.
Nice. Oh,
That's-
make sure he's down. He's not
that's
down.
it. Nice job. Nice job, guys.
Nice. Nice job.
He's got him. He's got him. Don't worry about it.
Nice wipe. What I'm talking about.
And we are back. That was the first tank of the game. 14 Chippendales in the hands of Trip there, I believe. I was tabbed out for 1 second. And was I a liar? No, that was not a liar. It was in the hands of Trip. And that was some beautiful SI support there. He managed to land a rock in that open field. Cygnus, tell us what went down.
So basically, they released Survivors. I think it was. Sorry, wow, my memory is so bad. I can't remember the name of the team. The Survivors
Xbox champions?
Xbox champion. Thank you very much. They realized they were in a poor position. They were bleeding out. They didn't have very much health, so they decided, you know what? SI is down. He doesn't quite have the car in yet. Why don't we make a push? It was a good idea up until they got boomed. And at the time that they got boomed, they didn't realize actually the tank was behind them, pushed in the car, and basically the horde, the tank did the rest of the work, got the survivors dead.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, I see that happen a lot of times in that tank fighting position of teams of all levels, honestly. I've seen it happen in grand finals matches compared to just scrims pretty much of teams who are just learning the config, and that's a very, very tough tank if the survivors don't have the health for it. So now, with Chippendales on the survivor side, they're going to try to have their health mitigated a little bit better here. We actually have a Smoker and a Charger both blowing on the right-hand side for this first hit coming in. Charger is going to miss. Jockey gets cleared. Spit goes down on top of Nick. So not nearly as much damage going out onto Chippendales as what happened to the Xbox champions on their survivor Cygnus.
Definitely not, but there was actually a bit of spit chip coming in.
Yeah,
No, that was
I get
awful.
it.
I'm sorry.
That was amazing. That was freaking amazing. Kiss me can hardly take me making shit jokes like that when we cast. And then if you and I both do that for this cast, so I mean the spit was also dripping in front of them. Obviously, I mean it wasn't real.
It was
Yeah.
chip damage. It
Yeah, I
spit
mean
a little
and chip
bit of
damage.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it's a Charger, Boomer,
It
and
is
Jockey.
what it is.
A Charger, a Boomer, a Jockey, and a Spitter for Team Xbox champions on this next hit. Looks as though they're actually going to save it for this infamous bridge choke here. And the Chippendales are going to take their time on the way down here. And as I said, they are also a very, very survivor-oriented team, I'd say. Obviously, both teams know how to play great Special Infected, but easily these two are the most high-powered, I'd say, survivor teams in the entire ACI.
Definitely. However, they do not have a very ideal hit. They do have a 2-2, which is two cappers and two non-cappers. They got Boomer, Spitter with the Charger and Jockey. But they'll try to make the best of it regardless. It is a good hit, no matter what you got. You just try to make the best of it.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, in this amateur tournament, obviously, you don't see as much, I guess, experience coming into effect for the teams, but after playing the entire tournament long here, playing their matches and scrimming, because these two teams were the two most active teams in the ACI, playing teams of higher levels and stuff like that. I'll get to that in a second, though, because we have that Boomer going in, on a Nick in the front, Charger coming in as well. Charger's going to get a nice 2-cap actually going out right there. So everything on that 2-2 landed, Cygnus. They made the most of that.
Definitely. Lots of damage going on to Coach, who is charged into the wall with spit damage on both. A nice amount of damage for a 2-2, definitely.
Yeah, and you know, as I was just saying, these two teams, they branched out of the ACI, because the ACI originally was a group of, I believe, 28 teams who had a place within which they wouldn't get completely stomped by teams of higher levels and stuff like that, scrimming against each other. But then, as those teams stopped playing due to the fact they got kicked out of, or not kicked out of the tournament, but eliminated from the tournament, these two teams that we see in front of us right here, they started challenging players of higher levels. They started definitely branching out and pretty much doing all they can to improve. And I love that, because we have a Hunter coming in here right now. didn't actually get chipped. I thought he got chipped just a little bit, but the rest of the hits, a Smoker, a Charger, a Hunter, and a Boomer. But you can see it in these two teams here, Cygnus. They both have improved by leaps and bounds.
Definitely. As you say, I think the Hunter actually went in to kind of like push him back. As you can see, they are moving back. I think they may even... No, it's not. They're definitely not going to shoot. Are they going to shoot the Witch? No, they can't.
They're going to try. They are trying to shoot that Witch.
Definitely. They can maybe pick her head if they get lucky.
They might actually... Yeah, he's saying Waller. I mean, I'm not sure. They might...
You know what? It would have worked, but there's a bed in front of her. I think it's a little too difficult.
That's right, because like I said, that positioning is really hard. But dude, stand on the railing is what Kiss Me is saying. Yeah. Oh, actually, you know what? I think this is gonna be really interesting if they actually get this, because as I listed the SI for Xbox Champions Next hit, that Smoker, Charger, Hunter, and Boomer, that's a nice separation hit and can cause a lot of turmoil there, especially with that alarm car. Smoker spawns up, as a matter of fact, pulling Coach, and they get the alarm car to trigger. We have the Charger coming in from the back here, going for Rochelle. It's not going to land. Hunter does land. We're gonna see now that Hunter getting cleared onto Drip, who is the damage sponge, I should say, for this round. I won't say another word, but Kiss Me will be unhappy with me. We have that Boomer going in, proxying onto him, as a matter of fact, but right there, this is what you see here, because these two teams aren't rushing anything, but now they're actually going to try to crown the Witch. Nick shooting her. Witch is running off, being chipped by Rochelle. Taking it back. He's in the middle of these comments, but he is racing across here. He's going to have to get down into stance, and he gets a beautiful crown, Cygnus.
I mean, he got it, but I'm not sure I agree with what decision he made. There was no SI. Common weren't going for him. He may as well just taken the simple jet. But I'm so rudely interrupted by this Charger coming in, trying to get a... It's completely level. It does absolutely nothing. Jockey just managed to land for a few moments. Smoker cleared with the spitter immediately.
But as this went down, I mean, as you just said, that was a little bit of a fancy trick there, but it wasn't really necessary. And at the same point in time, throughout all that turmoil, I mean, they shot the alarm car, they got the Witch out of the way, but Coach still took it down.
Yeah, he was actually, I think he was being beat down by a whole bunch of Horde. I think they still had Car Horde, and he was the only one boom, so all the Horde was going to him. He couldn't do anything. He's not a melee weapon. So, yeah, I definitely think that was, I think he was just a little too nervous to go for the solo crown. He did have some backup, but I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, because he might have thought that I don't know if he was counting spawns or not, but he might have thought they had something in the bathroom or something like that. But instead, we have another hit coming in here right now. We're going to have that Hunter magic to land onto Ellis, but he rockets Ellis over the railing. Now we have a Smoker pull going on in the back with a Tri-Boom Cygnus. That would have been a nice 2-cap had Ellis not just gotten punted off the edge by that Hunter.
That would have been a beautiful hit, but like you said, Ellis he managed to get his jump off before he got pounced off the railings there. It was really nice. Saved by him.
My
He's able to get himself over the railing while he's being tackled in midair.
And because they cleared that hit now, Chippendales are going to be able to move down into this ravine here, and there is going to be a tank up now for the Xbox Champions in the hands of Bales Rarlo, aka MK. And we do have another hit, I think, that's about to come in here. Tank is going straight away for those cards because they know they need to get the wipe here due to the fact that Chippendales still have a little bit better health than they did at this time. Hit coming in right now. Hunter bouncing around in the trees. Jockey coming in from the front. Charger coming in from the right-hand side. Gonna have the Jockey going in for the front there. Hunter manages to land on Rochelle. Charger goes in and not gonna land. And now, I believe it will be appropriate time. It's Infected Worm, right, Cygnus?
Definitely.
Alright, let's take it over.
I'm pushing forward.
Alright, I'm peeking at him.
Where's your car?
I have it right here.
Just bottom left.
I'm just gonna keep Rage here. And I'll bring both in. And then I can bring both cars around.
Try to sandwich him with those cars.
If you want me to get
Don't
pull,
let
I
them
can
push
get
us
it. You
in
ready?
over there.
No, hold on, chill.
Go ahead. Get a pull for me.
Go when you can.
Easier said than done now.
Got charged.
I got this pull. That's a free car.
Good job. Kill him.
Next, they might try to run. They're gonna run.
Wow. Fine. You can't go back far.
Ready to give
Don't
up
even worry
the car.
about the cars, yeah.
Oh man, they got it. Whoops. Didn't think they'd do that.
Just run in.
You guys gotta help me.
We won't get
Oh,
there.
they got it. That's so lame. Oh well.
Come on. Xbox tech. It's bullshit.
And we are back. That was the first tank of the game for the Xbox Champions in the hands of MK, but we just saw a brilliant survivor call right there, Cygnus.
Definitely, Rails. You know, once in a blue moon, this happens to everybody. I mean, there's nothing worse than being the tank that happens to be rushed by the survivors. It's happened to everyone at least once. happened to me a handful of times, and it never feels good. But you know what? Props to survivors. They made a great heads-up play. They knew they couldn't save him. They knew they couldn't stay around the hittables and try to deal with the tanks. So they said, you know what? Spawns are going to be down for a couple more seconds. Let's see if we can make it to the safe room. And it paid off for them. They're now ahead by about 270 points.
Yeah, the whole problem there is on those car hits, I mean, MK almost caught one of them with a hit from the one side where the one survivor was in-capped. He almost got a hit onto them, but instead, they were able just to outrun that pretty much almost by the skin of their teeth. They were a couple yards ahead of the car, I think, and they jumped on a couple rocks, or else the car probably would have hit them. But that's going to give them almost a 300-point lead going into the second chapter here. And as I said, pretty much any lead you can get coming out of the first is a good lead.
Definitely, you definitely have the momentum on your side, and it always feels a lot nicer just having the first round win. I mean, it doesn't always translate to a total or a complete campaign victory, but it definitely helps with your momentum. As long as you can keep that pace of just winning every map, even if it's just by a little bit, you're still winning. So you know what I mean.
Exactly, I mean, but Dark Carnival, as we said, it's an extremely balanced map, and it always has the propensity for comebacks, which I always love. So we are going to see the Chippendales on Survivor side. Xbox Champions on infected, single boom goes out. Hunter coming in from this attack off the roof. Nice tri-cap landing momentarily, as a matter of fact. That charger got cleared as that smoke and that hunt went in, but a massive amount of damage going into the Chippendales from that.
You know, that was a perfect hit, but it was also really nice handling of it as well. Rochelle was able to get the clear real fast, kill the charger as well, right after the Hunter clear.
So
they got a
weird.
good amount of damage. What's wrong?
It's weird because, like, on the first half, we saw the Xbox Champions take a lot of damage at a hit that usually doesn't do any damage, and that hit right there usually shouldn't do a whole lot of damage either.
That one's really volatile, I think, actually. It either does a whole lot of damage or it doesn't do very much at all.
Yeah,
that one in particular.
Yeah, I mean, and like you said, it was a good job by the survivors clearing. Charger gets a nice charge in the back. Spits go down on top of that. Hunter is going to land on Rochelle in the front. Now that's going to be the amount of damage that I believe I said, because now look at the chip that they have on them, Cygnus. That's a lot.
That was a really nice hit. I'm not sure how these guys just managed to do a whole lot of damage with their 2-2s. It's really nice, actually. It's refreshing to see because you always see the tri-caps do a whole bunch of damage. It's like with a 3-boom and a tri-cap. But no, these guys are doing it with a spitter and a boomer. It's actually really nice to see.
I'm loving it because they are sending it in very, very fast to the point where I can't even call what they have. Like, they're mad after that tank. They're hitting in quick succession, and they're landing their stuff. But right now it's going to be a smoker, a jockey, a charger, and a boomer. Smoker spawning in the back. Jockey from the... But wow, the tongue goes past Ellis and hits Coach, who was also jockeyed. Charger gets a fist, and I hate that when that happens, Cygnus.
Oh, those falls are such a tear for chargers. But yeah, he still managed to get a punch off. It's not too bad. They did get the 3 booms, so that slowed the survivors down. I think actually one's slow and not taking his fills right now, so that works out for them. They should have another hit. Whether it's the one they want for the choke, I'm not too sure.
And this choke is pretty much everything in competitive Left 4 Dead 2, especially on this map. I'd say Parish 3 used to be the most devastating choke, but I think this one now, due to the nerfs that they made in Parish 3, this one's pretty deadly as well, Cygnus. I think this one's actually more deadly.
This one definitely is extremely volatile. I mean, there's so many things you can do with it too. Like I've seen teams do the reverse hit where they come from down low and they charge up the stairs and manage to get a spit while they're still climbing up the ladder, and it's devastating sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen that as well. Kiss Me's flipping out over breakfast pizza. I have no idea why. I really have no idea why. But this witch is actually right here
really
as well.
Good.
Now, they have a charger, a hunter, a spitter, and a smoker, so this is the perfect hit. And some might even say it's better than having a hunter and a jockey, depending on their preference. But do you send in this hunter here, Cygnus, or do you choke it out?
I don't think they're going to rush it. And if they do, they'd have huge balls. But this hunter's like he's ready to go in case they decide to. They actually do a separation spit for whatever reason.
That's fine. I mean,
that might come back to haunt them. Actually, I'm not sure, but I have a feeling as soon as that spit's gone, they're gonna shoot it and run backwards. They could actually decide to. You know what? They're just gonna move up. They don't want to go back to the choke. It's a smart move, and they actually shoot her. Oh, and beautiful draw crown. SI's just gonna wait. Yep, that's a good call.
That's a good call by the SI there, and I guess that spit there just did a little bit of extra damage onto Ellis as well. He's obviously fully recharged here right now. They have the right hit that they want, and now here comes the baiting game, Cygnus. Do you have any suggestions for survivors taking this choke?
Well, they got the propane tank. That's good. How they're gonna utilize it, I'm not sure. And you know what? I've been playing this game for years, and I still don't know how to do this hit. I'm gonna be totally honest with you.
Yeah, I agree with you, because I mean, like, this is one of the best things I ever saw. Is Hard to Kill, which was obviously Bravo and Sideways Box's old team. They used to send, I think it was Sideways up either with a bladed melee and then have somebody shoot the smoker tongue from down below every time. So like that would clear him immediately, where he was going to be able to get a dead stop or a level off. But obviously that's extremely hard to do. And I think the best option right here that Chippendales have, honestly, I think it's either trying to bait the spitter or then just send Coach up there to be a damage sponge in this case because he's the lowest health. But like I said, it's one of the most volatile chokes. They're almost out of the hole here right now. Coach is getting hit. Coach is going to bait the smoker, as a matter of fact. That's a nice play coming out. But the Charger is ready to hit on this intercept. He's going to go. Hunter lands. Charger lands as well. Charger gets that charge off. The stick goes down the hole. That's going to be a lot of damage going out on a trip right there. And that is a down, Cygnus.
Oh my goodness, this is not what they wanted. This is not what they wanted. They really got to get him up, and they got to get up that choke fast. They do not want a repeat of that. And yeah, the spit going down the hole really did a whole lot of damage. I was almost going to say that was a bad call, but then I saw how much damage it did, and no, that was definitely the right call.
I would say so. I think
coming up.
I think he wanted to land it on top as well, but now I do believe the Chippendales are going to be able to take this without a whole lot more damage. Our tank is at 77%, so this is all damage going on to them pre-tank, obviously. One survivor fully down, another one almost down too. Jockey going in there for Coach, going to get shut down. Boom responds. Nice pop coming out right there. Have the Hunter and a Spit landing, however, on to bonus. That's going to be a little bit more chip, but this is a great infected round from Xbox Champ so far, Sig.
They're really keeping the tempo up. Like, they just keep going and going, and no matter what, they do manage to get, like, even if it's just a little bit, just damage, and it was on health bonus there. You see, they're just really keeping it up. It's great damage, great hits, and they're going to have a tank soon.
Now, this is another tank, but it's kind of the antithesis of the tank that we saw in the first chapter, because this one, from my experience, is a tank where the survivors really don't take a whole lot of damage, so this... I would definitely say this is a little bit different now, a little bit more challenging for the Infected to play. But the tank is up in the hands of Liquid Light, aka Hundo, for the Xbox Champions. And what worm are you feeling, Cygnus?
I'll give you one guess.
It's probably gonna be SI, but we have actually a hit coming in here right now. Boomer gets popped, Charger gets killed, and that's gonna be a dead jockey as well. So let's take it right over to an Xbox Champions worm to see how they play this tank.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't get too close to that corner, because then I'll just shoot you through the wall.
Alright, ready real quick, guys?
Go.
You guys spam so we can have a tri-cap.
Hope they don't go forward. I'm bad. They are. I'm bad. They don't know where I am.
Just don't move.
People are pushing them on it.
Don't wait.
They've gone back. Wow.
You wanna go now?
Now.
Yeah. Alright. Nice, get that
Nice.
down. Wait.
We have to go.
One more.
We gotta go.
Go.
Alright.
Fire charger.
Fine. Dude, I hit a huge fucking thing spike. Dude, someone's on Skype. Someone's on fucking Skype.
During the match.
Yeah.
Babysit that one up top. It's a good rock.
I had no health, I had to.
It's fine. I'm gonna boom this one. Ready? Back off away from me. I can't stumble you.
Oh, those wards spawn in the bottom.
Doesn't matter, enough's gonna spawn up here hopefully. And I can proxy him in a second anyways. So we can keep sight on him. Just don't die. Pin. Oh my god, no.
Boomer!
Come on.
Go punch him.
They're gonna save him. They saved them, dude.
Dude, we just came back from the worm there, and you heard us talking, chattering there, but we are back. And as I said, that's usually not a tank where the survivors take a whole lot of damage, but that tank obliterated them, but then they kind of salvaged a little bit at the end there when Skip had balls of steel and decided, saying, you know what? This looks like we're about to get wiped. I'm gonna run up there, I'm gonna kill this tank, I'm gonna get proxied off from the smoker, and we're gonna save Nick.
Yeah, that was, I don't know if it was a series of unfortunate events for the infected or the survivors, because at first, like, the infected are gonna get a wipe, and then the survivors, I don't know, you know, it looked really bad for the survivors, and then they kind of, like you said, you kind of salvaged it. And they did okay. Took tons of damage, wasn't really good for them, but
Yeah.
they're gonna continue.
I don't know, Boomer gets popped, Hunter's gonna get cleared, Spit is not going to go in, and the Charger didn't spawn either there. Now the Spit's going to go in and throw a delay, as a matter of fact, on the Survivors. But as you said, as we were talking there, Cygnus, the Survivors got a little bit, I think, too complacent, because then they saw the tank. Charger gets 2 punches and then charges in the opposite direction. And now the Spitter is still up. They don't want us to talk about that tank, but I'm just going to say it real quick. Tank put himself in a horrible position, and then the Survivors got too complacent, didn't pop their pills, and almost got wiped.
Yeah, I think that's going to be it. Yeah, Jockey lands on Nick, and Smoker takes the last Survivor. But no, like you said, like I said,
yeah,
they were really complacent, and they got too greedy with they didn't get their ammo fast enough. Like, I'm not really sure why they didn't just all run in there and grab ammo once and then get out, because they took way too long to get the ammo. And then when the SI finally had their hit, they were running back, and they were about as close to the tank as they could be, and they shouldn't have been.
Yeah, exactly. And then that tank was able to go in there, and then actually it was like a synchronized failure to pop your pills before the tank committed, because Nick and Coach, they could have been railing into that tank for slowdown, but they both selected their pills at the same time and took them, and then because of that, nobody was focusing Tank. He had no slowdown, and Tank got Nick punched up the stairs.
Yeah, so I think it was a mix of, like, because at first the tank really looked like he was in a bad position, so I feel like the Infected were in a crappy spot. But they kind of like salvaged it by picking the perfect time to go in, and at the same time it was just a very set of poor decisions by the Survivors. So
I mean, yeah, it could have been even more catastrophic had they not gotten that extra bit of distance, but this is going to give the Xbox champions definitely the chance to make a comeback on this map, and we are going to be readying up here. Now we get to see their strong Survivor try to rebound from that first round where they got wiped. We have the hit coming out from Chippendales too. Smokerpool goes out on the deck. We're going to have a Hunter landing in the safe room. Charger misses, Double Boom goes out. Still about the same amount of damage, I'd say, coming out onto these Survivors as we saw last round.
yeah, but that time the Hunter was actually doing tons of damage on Coach, who was inside, and Sword's dealing a good amount of damage too. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now, and that's actually double the damage on Xbox Champions as it was on Chippendales. And I mean, I don't know, it looks as though I'd say the Xbox Champions definitely need to mitigate these next couple of hits, because we saw Chippendales get slammed, but they cannot allow hits like that to land on their Survivor side if they want to make that comeback.
No, they definitely got to tighten it up a little bit, and they need to not take nearly as much damage as the other Chippendales.
I mean, I'm guessing, I'm trying to figure it out now, because they need to get their pacing a little bit here. I mean, they just can't get rattled from those hits. They need to rebound from the wipe in the first chapter. They can definitely do it. And I mean, it's going to be a Hunter, a Charger, a Spitter, and a Boomer here. Chippendale, same story. They just got to not let that wipe get to them. They got to go in there and do the same amount of work. Have the Hunter spawn up top, as a matter of fact. It's going to be a 2-2, as I mentioned. So, still has a good capability for damage here because of the Boomer, Spit, and Charge, but we are paused.
I was actually going to make a comment, and you can already tell the first difference between like the two conversing playstyles, but I'll get back to that once this hit's done and over with.
Okay. Well, I mean, it looks as though we're going to see a lot of baiting here, so you probably could talk about it, and we still would be sitting here about 5 minutes from now.
I don't want to take the risk. I don't want to be interrupted.
Okay, all right.
We'll see my words.
Okay, well, that's probably a good call, because that Boomer goes in from the top of the hot dog stand, does not land. Charger coming in from the back with the Hunter leading in. Charger actually manages to land that onto Nick, and then we actually see Ellis in the Spit as well. Boomer's right in the middle, holds Ellis for a little bit more damage, and some nice chip coming out there. Ignis.
Sorry. I apologize.
So what were you going to say?
The headset came off. I don't remember what I was going to say. Oh, right. The playstyle, the difference in playstyles between these two teams, I can already tell, is that the Xbox champions actually have a lot more focus on common than the Chippendales do. I noticed that right away, because when they were going to go into that hangar, they instantly clicked the camera. So we really know there was a Charger Smoker coming in, so they're separating Rochelle and Charger's event. Stop laughing at me, dude.
No, look at Kiss Me. He's just quoting you in our chat here. Yes, that attack went in. Charger actually did not die first. So, I don't know, that's actually going to probably screw up their hit a little bit, I'd say. But it depends on how well the Xbox champions take this Witch. Coach is running really far ahead. He has an Uzi, so he's not going to be able to crown it. Don't do it, Coach! Gonna see who actually has the shotgun. It's going to be in the hands of Rochelle. Oh, he picked up a shotgun and then got the crown.
Yeah, there was a shotgun on the truck.
I like that's a heads-up play. It's a Jockey, Boomer, Smoker, Charger, so actually that came out to be the perfect hit for Chippendale, Sig.
Yep, this is a really good hit. I almost always want a Jockey instead of a Hunter, which the Xbox champions had on their infected side. So this is going to be a really nice hit for them, assuming they can execute it properly. Not too hard to execute properly to begin with, but the other propane tank up, and Ellis is up. He doesn't have a shard melee, All the other survivors coming out. Jockey actually separated the last survivor.
no!
And we're gonna get charged off too here. Jockey taking Rochelle all the way down the stairs, all the way back to the choke point.
Tri-cap!
Oh my goodness.
Tri-cap with a smoker on Ellis off the edge. A absolutely crushing hit coming out from the Chippendales. Full down onto Rochelle. Full down onto Coach. And Ellis is hanging over that edge. If you're Nick here, there's really not a whole lot you can do. Hunter spawns up as well, going in there trying to make the end of this. Goes in, scratches Rochelle down again. Full death onto Coach. Full death onto Ellis, and that is just what we mentioned, Cygnus. Wow.
You know what? Whoever that jockey was, mad props, because that was fucking beautiful. Pardon my French, but that was just such a nice play. Like, he's looking at his targets, like, who can I take? I'm gonna take the guy who's coming up the ladder, because no one's covering him. The other two survivors that could cover him are boomed, and actually, I can't believe that wasn't gonna be a 2-cap, because Smoker is actually not got a tongue, and they do have a spitter, so this is not gonna be quite a wipe yet.
But it's gonna be close, because man, that's a great way for Chippendales doing what we talked about, rebounding right there from that almost tank wipe, as a matter of fact, destroying the Xbox champions at the ladder choke. And the tank is going to be up. We're going to keep it here because there's no use in going over to War. It's just going to be a mad rush. Boomer spawns up at the bottom right there. Looking at the smoker coming from the back as well. Tank is up in the hands of Drip. Gets the initial punch out onto Nick. Another punch onto Nick. And that's going to be the pull, and that's the wipe, Sig.
I was waiting for another punch, but the smoker had to end the tank's fun a little early. So whoever got this, he's like, man, I didn't even get a tank, but I'd be just as excited for them to get that beautiful hit they had on the choke.
Exactly. I mean, it's still an extremely close game here. We're looking at around 360 points exactly. That's really, really close, but man, Chippendales has done a good job just holding on to that lead from the first. And as you said, if they manage to keep doing this and just finding ways to extend little by little each chapter, that can definitely put them on the road to victory in Game 1.
Definitely. They, again, just like you said, they only got like 100 points on this, but that's 100 points. Then they got a 400 point, give or take. I think it's like 380 point lead.
Right. 360 actually.
360. No scope. Anyway.
Perfect.
It's a very minor lead, but that's all you really need. Like you can win by 1 point. Like that's all you really need, right?
Exactly. I mean, I hope so. If you can win by something less than 1 point in Left 4 Dead, I've been doing everything wrong. But we actually are going to be out going live here for, thank you for the follow. Okay, again, kiss me saying random shit in chat. We're going to see the Chippendales on the Survivor side, I think, 360 point lead. SI hit is going to be a Boomer, a Smoker, a Charger, and a Jockey, so another nice separation hit, as a matter of fact, for the Xbox champions. Tank at 25%, and I hate this tank spawn, and you know what? I think they're going to bait it. Wait, no. I'm looking at it. Yeah, it looks as though they are going to bait it out. You know why I hate that tank spawn, Cygnus?
Why do you hate that tank spawn, right?
I hate that tank spawn because it's as they're coming up, it's supposed to spawn in the tunnel, but actually spawns smack dab in the middle of the generator room.
Right, and then they can rush in and kill your tank, or the tank can push in and kill you, and it's really random.
Yep, and I asked Jacob what would happen if he blocked that spawn. He said he can't actually because of the way in which the competitive config is. He can only block the coaster spawn. He can't block 2 spawns at once. We have a hit coming in here right now, as a matter of fact. Charger goes in there, does not manage to land. Smoker gets cleared. Jockey goes in. Charger getting fists on Coach there. A nice job actually getting some damage off of that. So about, give or take 40-some damage on that, about 45-ish. So a nice opening hit there.
Yeah, he got tons of punches on the Jock target, so it was a really nice hit. Even though he missed his charge, still managed to do lots and lots of damage. So we should actually see this tank coming up pretty quick here, I think, Rails.
I would say so, and I mean, it really depends on the Survivor's position, because there's usually a lot of common there, as a matter of fact. I think Chippendales are probably going to slow play this a little bit and just kind of stay in the tunnel, try not to spawn that tank with a hit up. And I mean, it's a Jockey, a Hunter, a Boomer, and a Smoker here for Team Xbox Champions. And if I'm infected here, I don't know if I save the hit or not, because I know the tank spawn is going to be as we described.
Yeah, and they can possibly know, but in the room, there's not a whole lot of common right now. So they could opt to... Actually, you know what? They may even make it in without the tank spawning that soon. So he's probably going to spawn in the next room up ahead, because I think Ellis looked in the room, the tank didn't spawn yet. So he's definitely not spawning in there. And if he does, he'll be up on the rails somewhere.
He's going to spawn up on the rails there, but then they can get a massive amount of chip. And, yeah, okay, this is exactly what I predicted, because Chippendales, they're going to slow play this a little bit. They're going to find that propane tank. And I think I think they actually want to go back, if I'm not mistaken here, Sig. I don't think if I'm Chippendales, I want to push into this room, to be honest. And yeah, there you go. Tank is going to spawn, but it's going to be on the railings, as we mentioned. Boomer gets popped, and now the Chippendales are going to make their way back. Tank is up in the hands of Machiavellis for Team Xbox Champions. A Jockey, a Hunter, and a Smoker on the way back. I can't really see this doing a whole lot of damage, but we're going to send it in anyway. Oh, screw me. It was a dual cap, and now the Tank's going to run in front. And Tank is going to be able to take Coach right there as the Jockey lands, and he's stuck. Coach is stuck in that position, so that's a full down on to Skip, but this Tank is now alone. We're keeping it here. Tank is now going to try to pull out for a little bit here, and the survivors are going to put a lot of pressure on him, as a matter of fact. Chasing Tank around the corner here, oozing him down, already below 3k health, running after him right here, and now this Tank is in a lot of trouble. Coming back in, down to 2k as a matter of fact. Hit is going to be up soon for the Xbox Champions to help him out, but now they run back into the generator room, and now they're actually going to stumble the Tank with that propane tank. Smoker, Charger, Boomer for the rest of the hit. They're going to be sending the support right now. They're going to have a nice double boom landing, plus that Smoker. Charger's going to go up there, guys, to get the 2 cap. That's 2 boom now, 2 capped on the ground as well. Lots of damage going out. Rochelle gets cleared, but a punch goes out on a drip once more. And now, that's going to be a massive amount of damage. 2 downs, and the Tank gets out with 1k health. Still alive. Being chased by the rest of the survivors, as a matter of fact. But they just salvaged that. That Tank had 2k HP. That support just made everything out of nothing right there, Sig.
Rails, do you have iron lungs? Because you just talk straight for like 2 minutes, man. I don't know how you do it, but oh my god, was that ever a surprise to me. That Tank went into that room with less than 2,000 health, and he came out with about 1,000. Took absolutely no damage. Sport was beautiful coming in there as well.
Yeah, they really saved that. I thought that when the Tank was still in the hallway there, chipped down to 2,000, that was just going to be that 1 down and that was it. But instead they got the rest of Nick's health gone. We actually have another hit coming in, as a matter of fact. They're not going to wait for that AI Tanks. Hunter lands on the bomb. Jockey's going to kill on the top. Charger manages to charge Ellis again, so more damage on a bonus, and he gets a pound, Cygnus.
Oh my goodness, like this is not looking good for Chippendales right now. That just, they really needed to, like, it looked like they had that so perfectly. They rallied together, they pushed in there as a unit, but then the hit came in and everything just went to crap. They ate everything. All they had to do was shoot the Tank. All they had to do was shoot a Tank for a little bit and they would have been dead. But they couldn't do it.
Everything went to absolute shit, as you just said, and now this is going to put the ball definitely in the Xbox Champions court. I mean, that's great damage coming out of that situation. Obviously, they still have the coaster deal. Jockey going there gets dead stopped by Nick. Smoker gets killed as well. And the Hunter is going to try to walk again. As a matter of fact, he does, but a beautiful dead stop by Ellis and a double boom landing. So I think that hit was a little bit rushed. But you know, the saving grace for Chippendales here, Sig, is that this has another one of the biggest chokes in the game, and that's the coaster coming up.
Oh, the coaster. Some people love it, some people hate it. Personally, I love it.
Yeah.
When I'm infected. But they actually have tons of common to phase through, so we should see we might see another hit. If not, they're probably just going to end up sacking the SA they don't want, but they could get a nice hit in this choke here, or not this choke, but this choking hallway here, Rails. The Charger actually goes and completely misses the target. Smoker pulling the last survivor in the back. Jockey manages to separate Nick up in the front. There's Spit blocking him as well. He might separate him, but actually gets cleared.
Clutch clear coming out. And now, you know what? That Tank was great for the Xbox Champions here, but they have rushed those last 2 hits, in my opinion. They led with Charger there, which is a big no-no. I mean, anytime you leave with Charger and it's able to get annihilated there, unless it's in a very enclosed space, like a straight hallway instead of one that curves like that, I mean, that you're taking a risk. And I think maybe the plan was to have Charger die first so they have it again, and if that was their plan, then they did that. But those last 2 hits really didn't do a whole lot of damage, I don't think, Sig.
Definitely not, but it looks like they're actually going to have a decent hit for the coast. Do they have a Smoker? I can't see the last. No, it's a Jockey. So they don't have a Smoker, which is not ideal here. But they can. It's still a coaster. You can still get a lot of damage here. The key thing here is the survivors do not stack up. They do not get death charged.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't expect that to happen out of Chippendales, but I mean, it really just depends then on also how the Xbox Champions send this hit in, because if they manage to rush somebody up there and they manage to kill the Hunter or the Jockey, Charger might not have anything at all. And I mean, they have 3 players here they can use with non-health, and I think they definitely have a couple melee spread out between them. I'm not exactly sure who it is, but as long as they protect Ellis here and they don't get completely destroyed. But as I said, they're going to send Coach up there. All 3 of them spawn. Hunter's going to go in the bottom now. Gonna land onto Ellis behind. As a matter of fact, Charger misses and the Jockey gets killed. Charger now lands onto Nick, but that is not what the Xbox Champions were looking for.
That was actually probably the worst case scenario that could have happened. The Hunter managed to grab a not ideal survivor, took the one at the very bottom, got cleared pretty quickly. The Charger came in and he missed his target. I'm not sure Coach would have actually leveled him because I see him. He did swing, but the Charger didn't die. He did miss the target too. And I believe the Jockey was actually cleared almost immediately, so that was really their big hit they needed to get. There is another one coming up just before the button they can still kind of kill them on. But until then, it's mostly just chip damage. Jockey actually tries to go in alone and take Coach with him down on, and ledge him, but he wasn't able to do it. Charger actually spawning up right ahead, and he gets completely leveled. They're rushing these hits rails.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much after that tank, I mean, almost every hit since then, including the coaster once a little bit, because when Coach ran up the coaster there and he had his frying pan out, the Hunter jumped over him instead of taking him. The Jockey got killed, and then the Charger ran at somebody at the bottom instead. I mean, that was a great tank situation that the Xbox champions had, but those hits since then have not been what they need, and even though they're not going to make save from, I don't think, Chippendales is making good distance on this map.
Yeah, they're definitely getting distance they shouldn't be getting. Is definitely what's happening right now. This could actually be the hit that does the min. Yep, 2 survivors down at the top, Last survivor. They do manage to get the wish just before he dies. Actually, there's still 2 survivors up. They could manage to save Rochelle. Looks like she fell down.
Coach just fell off the side there, because that pull is notorious for having that happen. Jockey and Smoker, however, are going to land, and as long as that Boomer doesn't get proxy and that tongue doesn't get cleared, which it does not, that is going to be the wipe going out to Chippendales, but still, they managed to salvage almost 500 points out of that chapter.
Yeah, I mean, like, they should have been dead at the beginning of that, the coaster hit. Even then, if they had the hits together the way they were doing it earlier, they could have killed them a lot sooner than they did. So they managed to get at least another 100, 150 points just from distance they shouldn't have gotten in the first place, plus the 20 they got from the witch just before they wiped. So hopefully it doesn't come back to haunt the Xbox champions.
Yeah, I hope not. I mean, they're going to need to take that tank really well. Obviously, 1 through 5 are played here, is played, I should say, on Dark Carnival in the United States. I mean, I've seen situations where teams just, man, it's just every opportunity they need to take advantage of, and they need to not lose this opportunity right here. They need to find a way to make it to at least the same point Chippendales did. They need to not have that tank do a whole lot of work for Chippendales, and they need to find a way to shut down these hits. That's really all they can do.
Slowly moving their way. Might see a hit a little sooner than the Xbox champions. They do have a Boomer.
Boomer's going to spawn in the back there. He's going to get the single boom going out. Jockey coming in from the front. Going for Ellis. Charger going in. Smoker lands on the Coach. Jockey gets shut down. Charger gets a fist, but then is going to get killed. Actually, no, he gets another claw coming out from the Smoker, I should say. So, less damage, I believe, coming out on that hit.
It was a little bit less. I believe there was at least 5 or 10 damage on each of the survivors with the hit on the other team's infected side.
Right, I mean,
decent damage.
It's decent damage now. They're going to be able to plow their way through here, but do you think they try pushing the generator room, or do you think they try to go back?
I think it's definitely safer to try and go back, but at the same time, if you execute it properly, rushing in, I think is the better idea. If you can execute it properly, it's the better idea, but if you can't, if you want the safer decision, you go backwards.
Yeah, I definitely agree, and I always like to have my teams try to go back here. Obviously, it depends on how well you take that hit, but I don't know. Chippendales has a nice hit for this, though. It's a Charger, a Boomer, a Jockey, and a Hunter. Obviously, we don't know which player is going to be the tank, but we're going to probably see the Xbox champions slow play this in a similar fashion. We are actually, looking at the infected ghosts, they are already set up for the run back, so I'm pretty sure here yeah, I think we're going to see them take it back, too.
Yeah, I mean, there's tons of there's tons of common in the boiler room right now. They know where the tank's going to spawn. It's not too far. It's kind of halfway through that railway. And the Charger actually pre-spawns. I'm not really sure what they're trying to do with this. He actually goes in completely alone.
Yeah, it's a tankless Charger, that's why. We have a Hunter and a Boomer landing in the back, and obviously that is going to be a stumble-off happening now. And I think the only reason for that sig was because then, I think, that's unfortunate, because if that Charger hadn't been automatically switched control to the tank, it would have been a lot better hit.
Oh yeah, I completely had no idea what was going on there. But played this game for how long I didn't realize that the Charger going in alone was probably the guy that was becoming tank.
I would say so, but now you know what? We have a choice of what worm to send it over to. Do you want to do a Survivor or an Infected in this case?
I think it could be a little bit more hectic on the Survivor if you want to do that.
I would tend to agree with that. So let's do a Xbox champion some love here. Seeing a pull go out to Ellis and send it over to a Survivor worm. Kiss me.
I'm staying in the middle. Don't stay in the middle. If I don't shoot you.
Smoker, so we can get real close to him if we want.
Don't. Be careful. Here he comes. Good job.
Nice.
Kill him.
And we are back. That was the third tank of the game for the Chippendales in the hands of the namesake Chip himself. And that was 2 incaps going out, plus most of Mock's health completely obliterated, and the pills commit on K3. They had him down to about 3k at the door sickness, but then what happened?
Support
Yep.
half and rails. That's almost always how that safe room tank's gonna go on Dark Carnival 3. Tank's always gonna get obliterated coming into the safe room, but it all depends on how well support manages to get the stumbles. Boomer actually manages to try to get tries to get a boom through the hole and does not get anybody. However, drops and might get a proxy on a couple survivors. Jockey actually separates Rochelle in the back for a few moments before being cleared. Boomer's still running around. Actually gets popped up.
MK making a little bit of a mistake there using my reverse first letter name, Bales Warlow there. He manages to proxy himself with that. Now he is a little bit hoarded, but they're out of pills on the Xbox champion side of thing here, and Sig, they need to make it. That, like I said, they have to match Chippendales in this chapter.
Yep, they definitely have to. They really had to push through here with that temp health they got going here. Although to note, they do have more health than the Chippendales did at this point, so they do have that going for them. At least I believe they did.
I think it's about the same actually at this point. I mean, I think the advantage that Chippendales had a little bit was they had a couple. I think they maybe had 1 set of pills. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, it's still been evenly matched. Smoker gets killed. Charter going in there, going for Nick, gonna get obliterated before he lands. Spit gets picked, but Nick is standing in the spit, and Nick just lost like half his health.
Oh my goodness. That's always an awkward position when you're in the middle of this. You're trying to melee a hunter or something away, and it's blocking your path, and you don't know what to do. You're taking tons of spit damage. It's the worst thing in the world, and you hate it.
Especially with the new Spit, as a matter of fact, because for those that don't know, recently Spit was changed to start doing damage instantly when it hits you, and I've done free Spits now that get me like 15 damage when they shouldn't be getting any.
Yeah, it's actually really surprising. It really is unforgiving now, as opposed to what it used to be, which is really forgiving. This Charger's actually going to go in and lead, just like the last Charger.
Yeah.
And I guess it's like you said, they probably, maybe we're going to try and get a hit. The Spitter actually goes in alone and gets a free Spit, just like you were talking about, manages to get actually a good amount of shit.
Exactly, and I mean, that I think was definitely planned because they want that Charger to die first. And depending on how many pills they get here, they can still obviously be fast, but they need to mitigate the damage at that coaster hit. I'm taking a look inside here, and I'm using the old Prodigy Sim sheet of looking inside the pill cabinet to see how many are there. I'm seeing Nick just got 1, and I believe there's 2. No, one more. That's how I saw 1. So that's going to be 2 pills in their hands. That means they're going to have 2 survivors slow right here, Sig.
Actually, there's 3.
Oh, there
3
is?
total. They had 2 on them.
Yeah,
and then another one picked up.
But then they're still going to have 1 person slow, which is obviously... I don't know, you either use that person as the sponge for all the SI or you put them at the bottom because, I mean, I like to try to stay mobile when I'm taking this hit.
Yeah, it's definitely a not good thing when you have a limping survivor going up the coaster. It's definitely not ideal. But they're just going to have to deal with it, cope with it. As long as he doesn't get DP'd or anything like that, they should be okay, and they shut down the rest of the SI. They do have... I believe... Oh, no, they do have a jockey for this as well, so no smoker at all for
they're
this.
stacking! The Chargers are going there, but he gets leveled! But the survivor is going to get capped at the bottom there with a boom coming down. But oh my god, Cygnus, I had a moment of fear for the Xbox champions there because they stacked, but they got the level.
That was so close, but a beautiful level coming up from the survivor team. Managed to just before the first person took it away.
Wow.
That, like, if he even hesitated for like a quarter of a second, I'm not even sure that Charger would land.
But
it's actually not.
They're having a lot of issues getting those common off of them. Nick and Ellis are still getting hoarded, and they just can't move. Now they're making their way back up. The Smoker is spawned. Jockey gets annihilated. Smoker misses. Charter coming in. Gets leveled again. And now we're going to see the Spitter getting killed, and they're going to be able to make their way out of that. But that's 2 straight Charger levels by the Xbox champions right there.
That is just ridiculous. These levels are on point, man. I tell you what. That's just beautiful. But the Smoker's still up. He's actually probably going to look for a pull down onto the fence. It doesn't look like he's going to find it, though. He's actually being chipped by Ellis all the way in the back there.
And I mean, Ellis is doing a good job taking off those common, but K3, who's playing as Nick here, he's down to almost 1 health. That Smoker's almost at 1 health, but the Smoker still gets the pull off and kills Coach. You'll be seeing Rochelle getting hoarded here, trying to beat off these common. Boomer jumps in, Smoker gets a pull, and that is the white.
You know, they were looking a little bit better than the other than Chippendales were at this point, but you know, that was pretty much all sure when that Smoker managed to get the 1 tick on to leave his coach and end his life.
I mean, really, Sig, you have called it so far, because in that first chapter, they took that 200-some, almost 300-point advantage, and they have just increased their lead to about 438 points now, just through little bits of chip like, obviously, chipping into the Xbox champions here by just getting more points and more points and more points in really small increments, but they're doing a great job of holding that lead.
Yeah, and I mean, at least with Vox, it was really our thing. It was just like, you know, even if it's just tiny, tiny little things, all we need to do is maintain a small lead. And if you take the map 1 lead, it's really... Well, I shouldn't say it's really easy, but it's pretty easy to maintain it if you do it for map 1. And it's kind of like, it's also a mental thing, right? But assuming you're not really a moralistic team, you're usually pretty good at making the comeback. However, we have not seen it yet. It's still map 4.
Map
so
4.
Comeback.
Map 4, there's never been any comebacks on Map 4 in Left 4 Dead 2 history, have there? Never. Map 4 is infamous for that.
I don't think that's a thing. That's not a thing. Impossible.
Getting Map 4 does not mean a comeback. That just means, like, playing Map 4 instead of, you know, just finale here. We're going to be seeing a Boomer going in there, gets M2'd, but then does proxy onto Rochelle. Smoker from the palm tree goes out on top of her as well. Seeing the Hunter go in, Spick gets picked, and Hunter, still bouncing around, manages to land on Ellis for a single point of damage.
There's actually a joke that goes with my name that has to do with scoring. It's called Cygnus scoring, yeah. You want to know what it is?
Oh, we're seeing Coach shake the switch, and yeah, what's the joke?
Cygnus scoring is you get 1 point if you win a map. It was to avoid map 4 comebacks.
Oh my gosh.
And every time Bravo comes up with it, I just get really angry. Because Bravo always teases me about that shit.
Oh boy, another 2-2 happening right here for the Xbox champions. A Smoker, a Spitter, a Jockey, and a Boomer. So now we're gonna see the Jockey spawn up going in. Spit goes down, nice tri-boom land. Smoker pull gets Nick and drags him back into the Spit. A nice mad chip going out onto Mr. Trip, aka Nicker there. And you know what? Our tank's at 47% here, Sig, so that's gonna spawn like at the entrance to the barn.
Yeah, I think you're right, Rails. That should be a barn entrance tank. And that could go either way. This is a pretty decent area for this Harvest to be in. It depends on if the tank wants hittables or not, and if he's in a rock, or just, it all depends on how they play it. But tank is up in the hands of Alexi 12.
Indeed, and this is K3, who is known as an extremely good tank for the Xbox champions here. And how about, without further ado, we take it over to an... Actually, no, there's going to be a hit. I'm lying. Hunter gets beautifully skeeted. We're going to be having that Jockey going there onto Coach. Charger gets annihilated, but there are dumpsters coming in here. And quickly, let's send it over to that Xbox champions war room here. Kiss me.
You cutting them off or you letting them in?
It's too late now.
I can't. Oh, this fucking infected ladder, dude. I
That's
tried
it.
to cut them off. The hit got killed too quickly before I could actually get
I got
over
skeeted
there.
the instant I spawned.
Alright, kill the Boomer. Kill the Boomer, quick. Alright, I'm gonna need to go.
Alright.
Do it. Help him.
Oh my god. They're behind you.
Good tank.
And we are back. That was the 4th tank of the game for the Xbox champions in the hands of K3, aka Alexi 12 there, doing a nice job getting those 2 downs, but that Charger missed during his commit there, and he actually had to commit in without that last spawn being up, and luckily, I mean, they did get the tri-cap there, but they were not able to land a whole lot there support-wise, Sig.
Had that Charger landed, that could have been a lot more damage, and I mean a lot. But unfortunately, honestly, that kind of went how I expected. Generally speaking, Charger's actually going to look for a pull. I'm not really sure what the goal of that was. Hunter manages to land it for a few moments, and the Spitter sent his Spit all the way to the other side of the houses, or the stables, I mean, and the Boomer managed to land on 2 of the survivors, but...
The Charger looked for a pull, huh, Cygnus?
Oh, wait, what? Oh, did I say that?
Yeah. Gives me's done. So, I mean, they still have a pretty nice health bonus here to the Chippendales, 540 points, and as we mentioned, they've been accumulating the lead throughout this entire game since that first chapter. I mean, it's been small steps for them, but Xbox Champions has not been able to rebound as of yet. It's a Boomer, a Smoker, a Charger, and a Hunter for this hit, so some nice damage potential. Boomer wants to spawn from the outside of that fence, extending the attack, and right now, you see the Hunter bouncing around, Charger going in there, getting focused. Nick's gonna get pulled and clear, but the Charger does manage to land onto Rochelle, who is non-bonus, and then Coach, who is also non-bonus, and then Ellis gets pulled for a momentary second there, but that was all damage on a non-bonus Sig.
Yeah, it's definitely not what they want at this point in time. We're trying to work out and make the bonus. Like, they know they're going to make it at this point, basically. Unless they get a really nice hit. But they really should be aiming for health bonus. Like, even stacking hits on, like, health bonus players is not a bad idea at this point.
Yeah, I mean, they need to find a way to get damage onto both Nick and Alice there, because this bonus is a big, big bonus here for this sense. Good to see him Spicko down on top there. Smoker gets a pull in the back on Coach. Hunter going in, trying to land onto Rochelle, it looks like, but that's non-bonus. Now we do see a Jockey going out onto Ellis, and a Hunter goes onto Nick as well. That does a good job chipping the bonus down just a bit, but if Chippendales are faster, they could get the safe room before another hit is up.
One of them needs to pop those spells they got, because it's not going to do them much health bonus if they are limping to the safe room. But it looks like they actually are going to make it. Neverlasting might be up in a moment here, but oh, he's got a Boomer, so it's not going to be any good.
Yeah. That's a good, nice way for the Chippendales to make that safe room, and that's going to give them a 348-point bonus, as a matter of fact, extending their lead to 2,508 to 1,102 prior to the Xbox Champion Survivor round. That was almost an 1,000-point chapter right there for Chippendale Cygnus.
And yeah, this is generally... Map 4 is generally where the game is going to end. I'm actually not sure. Do we play Finale in this tournament? Okay. So, I shouldn't say this is where it ends, but if you end at map 4 on a solid bonus the way they did, and they, you know, they're ahead of them by about 1,400 points right now, which is not huge because they haven't finished a round yet. But if they do end up wiping with the tank, that's going to be really hard to overcome. So we really need to see, what Xbox Champions really needs to do is match that health bonus, if not surpass it, if they want to be in this game still.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously this is a 3-game series, as we have mentioned before, and I believe we are going to... I want to say we're going to No Mercy next after this, but we might be going to Hard Rain. I'm not sure exactly which. Obviously, No Mercy would probably help out the Chippendales a little bit, because they were competitive Left 4 Dead 1 players.
Yeah, and definitely that's going to help them a lot. No Mercy, to my memory, has not changed much from the Left 4 Dead 1 map that it was taken from, so it should be basically muscle memory for them.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, and with the amount of experience they must have had on that previous to this tournament, obviously the game does change. The game obviously does change when you have a whole different kind of infected coming in, plus also the changes that have been made to No Mercy recently for the really big Summer Pro Mod tournament, as a matter of fact. Self-promotion. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I think it would be a very entertaining game really on either map. I'm hoping it's Hard Rain. Nothing against No Mercy, but I'm hoping for Hard Rain. That's just me, personally, but...
Hey Riles, why don't we do a finals match on Blood Harvest? That's a good campaign.
Asked by the competitive Left 4 Dead 1 team. hey Riles, can we do a match on a map that only Left 4 Dead 1 players really play a whole lot? Can we can we use it on the retro config too, just because?
Can I just say, as a Left 4 Dead 1 player, I don't feel like I'm playing Left 4 Dead 1 when I do retro. Can I say that?
Yeah, so I mean, I obviously, see, I'm one of the players who came in just from Left 4 Dead 2. I actually didn't start in competitive Left 4 Dead 1 or Left 4 Dead 1 in general. So I mean, Left 4 Dead 2 was actually my first computer first-person shooter. So what exactly are the differences between retro here and Left 4 Dead 1 comp play, I should say?
For retro here, the shotguns are even more godly than in Left 4 Dead 1. And I don't know, just generally, I'll say the one difference between Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 is that the reg in the game it just feels a little bit smoother. But definitely the shotguns are more powerful than they are in Left 4 Dead 1.
Right.
It's so crazy how much damage they do. And I don't know, it just doesn't feel the same. Like, obviously it shouldn't, because the engines are totally, well, not the engines are different, but the games are totally different, because one was made by Valve, one was made by Turtle Rock. But I'm what's the word I'm looking for? I'm being picky here.
Being picky for a word?
Nitpicking.
Yeah, I mean, I I believe it was Team Velvet Room, prepare for their EQ retro matches back in the EQ Cup #2. And when I played on it like that, obviously I didn't have a whole lot of experience, but at that point, that's when EQ was also buffing the shotguns on retro. So it's like the shotguns were freaking literally like hand cannons pretty much on hunters. So like you point it in a general direction, just bang, the hunter's dead, and it's like, okay.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. But I think the reason they changed it was because, well, when they did Left 4 Dead 2, they made it so that headshots actually did extra damage to infect. Because in Left 4 Dead 1, that wasn't actually a thing. In Left 4 Dead 1, it was just, as long as your whole buckshot hit the hunter, that was a kill. But if my memory serves me correctly, in Left 4 Dead 2, all you need is 2 headshots on a hunter and it kills it.
Right.
I'm not sure if it works the same for other SI, but like I haven't done the math. But there have been people who've done the math, and I think the only reason I remember that is because I remember the Sideways Box video where he's down and he takes 2 shots at the hunter that's like leaping around, and he just headshots it and kills it. And it was at full health too, because it was recorded from Spectate, and he was down and he took 2 shots and he killed the hunter. It was leaping around. It was a hard rain too. That was ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. Yeah, we are seeing exactly what is happening here, because I do believe Machiavellis of the Xbox Champions wasn't he? I think he was sick coming into this game, so hopefully he's okay. He has returned to his computer there, so at least he still has some motor functions. That's good.
Some motor function. You might need use of your hands to play video games on the computer. Maybe. Not sure. You could just maybe like bash your head on the keyboard a little bit. That might do. You might walk, but you won't be able to shoot.
That's what's called pugging for me. Every time I pug, I just go in there and slam my head on the keyboard, and usually it comes out with words, sometimes at M2s, mostly at M2s.
Is that what you do?
Rails Barlow is to sub in. No, I think Kiss Me, you're going to sub in.
Oh,
You're gonna let us. You're not gonna go there, Mumble. You're gonna let us cast the game as you run around playing. I think that's what's gonna happen. Easy. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Gotcha. So Mock did come back and move around a little bit there. I hope he's not having too many technical / personal difficulties. But
yeah, I hope he's okay. If it's enough time, I could tell a story about someone who got sick, and it's the story I tell almost everybody I've ever met who plays this game. Okay. So when Left 4 Dead 2 launched and everything, and I was on a team called FRX, and it was with one of the guys who actually at the time, I'm not sure if he was cheating at the time, but I found out later that he was cheating. He's using, oh, we're going live, never mind, no story time.
Alright, so we'll tell that story for another time here. Sig shit himself according to Kiss Me. What? Smoker Boomer
I don't
Hunter.
recall this.
I don't recall this either, and I wasn't there. So, Smoker, Boomer, Hunter, and a Spitter here for the Chippendales on this first hit. I'm thinking, you know what, an interesting call here would be to save something for the Witch, but screw me, they're not going to do that. Got the Spitter spawning up right there, Hunter bouncing around from the side, Smoker on the side as well. Smoker's going to get killed. We're going to have the Hunter flying around. Lands actually onto Ellis and a little bit of spit there. But I was going to say, I actually thought they might have saved something for the Witch.
Yeah, I think it's in a good enough position for the survivors, so I think it was really a shot in the dark at that point. You could have maybe had a hunter come up from behind the pole where
right
would be the only spawn in that bumper car area, but I think they were just banking on being able to do more damage than they did on that first hit there.
Yeah, I mean, obviously now the Xbox Champions have to put the pedal to the metal here. They have the chance to make this comeback, but they got shut down a lot of hits. With hit coming in here right now, as a matter of fact, Jockey Hunter from the one side. Hunter manages to land. Smoker and Jockey both land as well. Spit comes down, but not going to land on much of anything. That's good damage mitigation, I'd say, and also nice shutdowns from the Xbox Champions on those first 2 hits.
Yep, they're definitely on the same wavelength here. You see Nick went through, didn't quite go through the spit, but he rushed straight for the smoker because no one else is clearing. A good team play there, and the tank is going to come up in the hands of Skip.
Indeed, and this is Skip, I do believe, and indeed he is the captain of Team Chips and Dales here. Xbox Champions moving their way inside, and you know what, Kiss Me? Looks like this is going to get aggressive real fast, so let's send this right over to a Chip and Dales Worm and see how they play this tank.
I thought they were going to stay there. Let's get a hit. Well,
Give me a hit. Give me a hit. Give me something.
If they do that, they're going to push in. So
I mean, I
think
just
about
need
it.
a dumpster. Like, if you can land a boom and get a pull on it.
Get a boom. Boomer, I mean, if you get up top where I am over here, from the roof, jump from the roof onto this building. Seriously.
Fucking, I'm getting up top.
From the roof to this building. There you go, get ready for it. This could be good if he can land. I'm gonna distract for you, Boomer.
One.
What do you want us to get a hit?
Give me, yeah, I need a hit.
Oh, push that right in, dude. Crouch, fucking pussy. Oh, fuck, my bad, my bad. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Find it, dude.
What?
They're gonna be scared of you. Wait till we're up. We got. If you can kill him though, that'd be fucking superb.
I need something. I need you guys now.
All right, I'm up in 6.
Nice try.
Wait for it. I might get a charge or a boom.
I'm gonna get fucking surrounded.
Oh.
Grab it.
Nice,
Nice.
nice.
Nah, I got stuck.
We are back. That was the 4th tank of the game for the Chippendales in the hands of Skip himself. And we saw Ellis run around at the back there, get jockeyed and hit by that dumpster. But that looked very, very bad for the Xbox champions for a moment, but they do manage to recover here, Sig.
Yeah, my heart skipped a couple beats at a few of those hits there with that dumpster. It looked a couple times like it was going to be the end, but they managed to edge out a kill on this tank with relative safety. I think they took the same amount of downs as the Chippendales did on their survivor side.
Yeah, it was the same amount of damage, pretty much. I mean, Alexi 12, aka K3's health, is down to about half. Actually, exactly half. He has 50 HP right now. I mean, but they need to preserve that perm health, and they need to find a way to make it to the safe room. They have a 560 bonus here right now. If they can shut down these next hits, it's not really that hard to hold out this event. Only real challenging hit, in my opinion, is when you have to run actually through the crescendo there with the horde on top of you, obviously. Smoker spawning in the back here. Hunter lands on the coach. Pull goes out, gets immediately cleared. Stick going down. Jockey lands for a couple ticks, but that right there is what they need. They need to keep doing stuff like that and making sure that they clear these hits fast and they don't let a whole lot of things land.
Yeah, definitely. That was very well handled. They managed to quickly clear that Smoker and the Hunter pallet. So as long as they can continue to do that, like you said, they should be getting into that safe room with a nice, healthy health bonus.
Yeah, and they need to have a comparable health bonus here, obviously, because they are playing behind going into this chapter. Finale is, it can either be a complete shit show for one side or pretty tied. And, I mean, they're going to need to do work on Finale with that first tank. They need to get a lot of damage onto the Chippendales. The Smoker, a Charger, a Hunter, and a Boomer here for Chippendales on this hit. We're going to have that Hunter spawning in the back, Smoker spawning on the side, trying to throw a tongue in there, not going to land quite yet. Hunter coming in, Smoker now gets a pull onto Rochelle, Boomer gets popped, Charger coming in, Tri-Cap lands,
oh my
RNG
goodness.
Team Xbox champions. It's up to K3 to clear the rest of this. That's a full down onto Ellis, and that right there is exactly what they could not have happened, Sig.
That's definitely what the Chippendales wanted, though. It was a really beautiful hit. Just everything landed perfectly. Got the right targets, everything. Smoker's still up, too. He might even do a bit of trolling and pull back a survivor or two before his teammates come up.
I mean, now they're going to have to push forward here. And as a matter of fact, as you said, he actually gets it onto the health bonus there. Tongue does get cleared. It's going to be a Spitter, a Boomer, and a Charger for the rest of the hit of the Chippendales. It's going to have that Boomer spawning up, gets a double boom in the back. Seeing where they want to come from now, and Xbox Champions pushing forward. But they have those two hoarded pretty badly back there. Nick is still health bonus. He's getting hit. And again, for I believe it's actually the 4th map in a row, we're going to see the Chippendales win this round. Coach is pulled, is now going to get cleared. And you know what? Liquid Lay, aka Hundo Ellis, is indeed black and white. Charger goes gets a charge out onto him, brings him to the corner over there. Spit going down on top of him. Nick clears that. Hunter coming in from the back as well. Bouncing around, coming in. Nick has lost all of his permanent health here. And Hunter almost gets a DP. Going for Nick in the back, manages to take Ellis instead. But man, this has been a hard-fought game so far, Sig.
Oh, this is harsh. Getting into the safe room is brutal for them right now. Maybe get it. Oh no, it's another Boomer. So we won't see too much coming at the end of the safe room. But they do actually manage to get into the safe room with a 124, which is not bad. Definitely not what they wanted though.
Yeah. I mean, they have been pretty much every round they've been losing this kind of distance, and now it's down to, I'm looking at it, 600 and, oh man, 660, yeah, like 662 points down, and that's recoverable on this, but good God, they need to do work at this first tank.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so guess me, tell me they want the story. So I'll try to make it as short as possible, but basically when Left 4 Dead 2 first got released, the first CEVO tournament happened, I believe it was a month after Left 4 Dead 2 was released. And this was literally the competitive config was just ready up. There's nothing, no control over tank spawns, no. So you might even go some maps with absolutely no tank, no witch. There were tier 2 weapons, there were health kits, stuff like that. But I guess that's not the point. Who's ringing my doorbell? 1 second.
Alright. So, Cygnus has been called due to the fact his doorbell has been rung, and ironically enough, I do believe we are going to be needing a ringer here for Team Xbox Champions due to the fact that their captain Machiavellis, and Machiavellis is actually pulled out in this sense due to the fact that he is sick. So, I really don't... With the admin, being the admin on call here, we're supposed to do a double header in this sense. And I don't believe that saving scores here is applicable, so I need to have a talk with the Xbox champions at the current moment because this is not going to be bueno if these plans are being changed like that.
Okay, I apologize for that.
Keep telling your story. I have to go do admin work for a second.
Oh, okay, so I guess I'll tell the story now. So basically, like I said, first month of release for Left 4 Dead 2, first tournament, the competitive config was just already up. There were tier 2 weapons, health kits, throwables, everything. So we were going up against the team that ended up winning the tournament altogether, which was Vortex, which was Shay, Rosie, Peeps, and Cola. And the team that I was on was Team F4X, which was me, Insult Injury, Zenthai, and Sparkle. So this was on Hard Rain, and
reloading.
Basically what happened was we finished map 4 and Sparkle had to go AFK. He's like, oh, I don't feel too good. So everyone's like, man, what's going on? So, and as it turns out, we had to get a sub, and basically by the end, we actually ended up losing that match. But after the fact of everything that had happened, we played the whole match. We went through the ups and downs. Questionable things happened. But Sparkle apparently had bronchitis, and he played the entire match with bronchitis. And he didn't tell us. He didn't tell us he had bronchitis. He didn't tell us he was sick. He did not tell us anything until he ended up to have to go to the fucking hospital. So we literally played a whole match with bronchitis, and then ended up going to a hospital after the fact. It was absolutely ridiculous. And he didn't tell us. I was just so awestruck. We ended up having to get a ringer for play the finale because we had to leave a map before. It was absolutely ridiculous.
Well, I mean, that's going to be what's happening here, too, because I do believe they are looking for a ringer due to the fact... I don't believe Mock went to the hospital, but...
To watch the stream.
I mean, shit, that's a pretty bad situation to be in.
Yeah, man, I feel bad for him. I've been here before, so...
I mean, it happens, obviously, because obviously this stuff happens just in general, and then when you're in the middle of a match, sometimes sickness happens, I mean...
I see there's spray up in the safe room.
Which one? Oh, you mean the Chippendale spray?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, Chippendales they're a fun group. I'm currently conversing with the members of the Xbox Champions to see what exactly in the hell is going on here. Dolmite saying he can ring. I'm sorry, Dole, you're not eligible for the ACI. I'm sorry, Dole. Too good.
I don't think Dole might qualify as a new member of the community.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is going to put a damper onto our scheduling here as well, because that means that Chippendale's going to have to find a way to get a ringer for a game that is going to happen on a day that's not right now.
Don't you love being an admin?
Oh no, I mean, this is the shit that happens. I mean, it's part of the admin stuff, but I'm sorry, Dole, okay? I mean, unless of course, if they say anyone and then Dolmite comes in here, like that would be bad. Just no.
That wouldn't be good.
Like I said, Kiss Me ringing is a distinct possibility right now. So, I mean, I think if they have no choice at this point, they're going to have to, I believe it actually might be the forfeit win then. Because obviously I can't just save scores and say we're going to play the rest of this match at a later time. That's not how it works. GG. We won't have our team until next week. Well, that's literally a week past the deadline, so there's gonna have to be some conversations going here, but
These are the kinds of things that happen.
incompetitive Left 4 Dead.
Only in competitive Left 4 Dead. No,
Yeah.
just every other game too.
Yeah. It's just what happens. I mean, I don't know if they're looking for me to make a decision on anything, but I mean, if they can't get 4 to ready up here, then I mean, they're searching desperately for subs at this point.
Unfortunately, I wish I had more stories to tell, but I don't. I only have the one about Sparkle having bronchitis, not telling. I guess I could go on about how he would have beat them, but
He got bronchitis and had to go to the hospital.
no, there was another thing that happened, but it was like, I don't know. Some people told me it's petty, but because there was no config, the tank didn't spawn at the same time, so they got their tank. We got our tank at the top of the sugar mill, so they could take it down at the bottom and just, you know, shoot us. But when we played our survivor side, their tank actually spawned in the cornfield, and they had hittables, so we died. And they made it, and that map was pretty much the deciding factor.
He asked me if I have any idea in game, so I'm messaging him outside of Steam.
Oh, okay.
Or on Steam, I should say.
Yeah, probably on Steam.
Yeah, probably not outside of Steam. I don't have their worm hooked up to a freaking synchrophone, just sitting there like, all right, here's what you're gonna do. It's not how I roll. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like any ACI player works for them. Technically, I'm an ACI player too. Yeah, I mean, I would like to keep playing in this sense. I mean, that's the problem though, because Mach is pretty much the head of the Xbox champions. He's also their caller, so their caller is down.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate for them.
Yeah. The thing is that I keep mentioning the deadline in that sense. I mean, if they're not going to be able to get their full team on at another point in time, I'm talking about Chippendales now, because they just mentioned that in the all chat and stuff like that, then they're going to need to find a way to get a ringer that the Xbox champions approve, and they're going to need to play this other match and/or two before the end of Sunday night. Because one thing that's happened with the ACI, the reason it's been running from April until now is due to the fact that the previous admins prior to myself didn't really have a whole fetish for enforcing deadlines.
And you do?
I do. I have a big fetish for enforcing deadlines. As an admin in AST and then in RBT and now here, it's like, you know, we give people a certain amount of time to play a certain amount of games, and if you don't get it done by a certain time, then you have a tournament that literally started at the same time as AST2 and now is not going to end until almost the end of RBT. Like, that's not okay.
No. But that's also got to be kind of an awkward fetish to bring up to your boyfriend, right?
Where's my boyfriend?
Because you're gay.
Oh, right. Because Kiss Me thought I was gay for a few months prior to this. Obviously, I'm not. That would be a very interesting fetish for me to bring up with the girl I'm dating. Not something I usually talk about, because, I mean, it's like, alright, it's like I have a deadline fetish. How the hell are you supposed to fulfill a deadline fetish with a fucking girl? I don't understand. This is gonna turn into a shit fest in about 3 seconds. I know, Cygnus. What, if you're an admin in this... Wait. Oh, God, I'm losing my mind. I thought somebody else joined the server for a second.
I'm not sure you want to ask me that question. People seem to think I'd be an awful administrator.
No.
No?
No.
I'm glad at least you believe in me.
I believe in you.
Thanks, dude.
No response from op. Alright, fine. I guess I'm gonna go fucking message the ringer list that I have and see who I can get. Technically, I can play.
Technically, you can play.
Yeah, because I was on an ACI team.
Oh.
Yeah, it was actually the first game I was ever on with my friends, just coming in from like vanilla and stuff like that, and then they hadn't played in like pretty much 6 months to a year, so they were completely rusty, and we said, yo, let's do the tournament. so me playing consistently and them not playing at all, we balanced out. I managed to make top 8, so I was happy with that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But Peak is also online, that is true.
We all need to spam message him.
Yeah, right.
Right now.
Dude, it'd be kind of hilarious if I actually, because technically, I don't know. Oh,
Who's
Daddy Ping
program
is also
mag?
saying. Daddy Ping is saying who needs a damn sub. Ping, it looks as though the Xbox champions need a sub. Dolomite changed his name to Machiavellis and is now messaging me. It's like I'm back. I'm here. So okay, maybe we might be having people coming in relatively soon. Guess me saying that he's
Hooray.
hungry. I'm hungry for Left 4 Dead as well. No? Food? Food.
Oh, okay, for food.
Hungry for Left 4 Dead food.
Man, I can go for Pop-Tarts right now.
Ooh, I haven't had Pop-Tarts in a while.
I got some in my cupboard. No breakfast pizza, guess me. I don't know what you got. Why are you so obsessed with that, man?
Alright, so we do have a sub incoming for the Xbox champs as far as I know.
Yay!
Or else I will destroy you. Stop. STAWP. Alright, so D-Ping is coming in to sub for the Xbox champions in this sense. I guess he was watching the stream here and is happy to provide his services. So we will be able to get this game ended. Unfortunately, obviously, the Xbox champions are going to be way out of whack now.
But at least they'll be able to finish this in a timely manner.
I'm going to
generally
demod.
speaking.
I'm going to demod you, Femputer. Wonderful, Kiss Me.
What did she ever do to him?
I don't know. Kiss Me has all these secret grudges.
What a weirdo.
Yeah.
Chip just did the Russian smiley.
Yeah. I haven't been reading your Twitch chat. Really, anyone works at this point. What? Cygnus, stop antagonizing the ACI teams.
Sorry. I can't help myself.
Alright, so either Optimus Prime or Daddy Ping, somebody is coming in here, and it is D-Ping. So hopefully he can talk to the other members of the Xbox champions and get the information to go and sub for Machiavellis. So I do not believe we'll be having a double header tonight here, and I have no idea how the rest of the series is going to plan out now because there was supposed to be a... What? Okay, he spectated because there we go. There was supposed to be a doubleheader here tonight, and obviously the deadline is Sunday at I think it's midnight Pacific Daylight Time. So pretty much the semifinal series needs to finish, and the other thing that needs to happen is the other semifinal series between Team Zombie Killers Anonymous and the All-Star Shotties needs to happen too for the ACI. And then there are also 4 playoff matches for RBT that need to be finished, all by Sunday night. One of them's already got extended to Monday at 4 o'clock because this is how the world of Left 4 Dead 2 works, Cygnus.
That's true. This is how the Left 4 Dead 2 works.
Scares me. Scared of Left 4 Dead 2. So, alright, looks as though D-Ping is going to be that sub, so we will be able to get this last part of the finale underway. I apologize for the delays, but, you know, can't control sickness, and as Cygnus did mention, it happens to the best of us, and he's had actually happened personally before, which I have not had happen until now.
It's not a fun thing to go through, and definitely having one of your teammates have to leave in the middle of a match because you're sick is not a nice thing.
A semi-finals match at that.
Yeah, really. But they will have two more chances in the next 2 rounds coming up, assuming they win the next one.
Right.
Will make their comeback. So it's just 1 of 3. They're just going to be down 1 game, so they can't lose another one. But won't be a problem if they win the next 2. And they don't lose the next 2. Because that'd be the same thing. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Hi, my name's Cygnus.
Hi, my name is Cygnus.
So I think they're just kind of getting settled. Trying to get used to playing with Daddy Ping the best they can, I guess, before they get this going here and lay out the plan. I like that air too.
I'm so confused. Now Chip has left the server.
He'll be black.
Indeed. So he's going to be back in a second. He'll be black. Oh, goodness. Kiss me.
Kiss me.
Kiss me, are you there?
Hello.
No, not that. I'm being told that there may be a match at 2:30 a.m. this morning. I'm not even kidding. Between two RBT teams known as Apollyon and the Wolfpack. Unless Dolomite is really fucking with me, he said that's what they're trying to do. Thank you guys for tuning in. Dude, we're gonna have to do it. You know we're gonna have to do it. Maybe not you saying.
You guys are crazy. If I had that kind of dedication, I'd probably have like tons of hours in this game.
I have too many hours in this game.
I say that too, but I don't have. I feel like I should have more than I do. I don't know. But I'm playing this game for a really long time, and my hours don't really show it. I mean, 1,500 is kind of a lot.
I mean, it is kind of. I mean, 3,000 is kind of a lot too.
Looks like we're almost ready to finish this. I'm not sure if I should read that.
Shout out to Zuber for being a douche since I met him. Okay then. And you know what? I'm being informed by Dole and Dill concurrently that RBT playoff match for the quarterfinals between two of the best teams in North America is going to be happening in about 1.5 hours. So get your popcorn ready, kids. We're not having an ACI doubleheader. We're having an RBT game. Apollyon versus Wolfpack.
Woo!
So that's Grizz's team versus Dill's team. So they're ready to go. They won't be able to do the next game. They're not going to have to forfeit, I don't think, because I will talk to them and straighten that out. All that stuff aside, we are going live here with the finale of this match between the Chippendales and the Xbox champions with a D-Ping ringer right here from team Still Something to Prove. Sorry, I had a little bit of a blip there because he actually hasn't played in the ACI in that sense. No, I didn't think you were lying, Dole. You just tried to name yourself Machiavellis and try to play in a fucking ACI game instead. I didn't think you were lying at all.
It's like, oh yeah, we're going into quarterfinals for RBT, and I want to play in the ACI. Are you kidding me, dude?
You haven't caught the other 3 F-bombs seconds that I have said by now. I'm not even calling the hit kiss me. What the fuck? Okay, so now we're going to have a jockey and that smoker and that charger all getting some damage, and the tank is up in the hands of D-Ping. The ringer comes in and gets the tank!
And he got a rock, too. I like to point that out.
Oh god, he's being shit down to 5k. Send over to an Xbox Champions War and kiss me.
He's gonna back up.
We're gonna have to go in with him after
Pretty
this.
much.
Yeah, go, just go.
Nice.
Just have to go.
Committing.
Yeah, you guys
Go
first.
in soon.
Go right now.
Nice.
We are back. That was the 5th tank of the game for the Xbox Champions in the hands of D-Ping himself right there. He got the ringer call, he came in, he rang, and he got that tank, and he got some damage out there, Sig, but that's not the wipe that they needed.
No, I don't have too much to say just because I only have mean things to say, but just safe to say that's definitely not how he should have played it. He took a whole lot of chip for almost no reason, and they actually, oh my goodness, Chip almost messed up that crown, but he got the second shot off, so it's okay. But he definitely took way too much chip. Way too much. It's nice hits coming in, actually.
Smoker got a quick pull onto Rochelle. Hunter coming in to try to cover. And now Stick going down on top of the survivors there. Charter not being able to do a whole lot. And I'm looking around. They kill the Charger too. And they still have a 1100 bonus, Cygnus.
That's pretty massive for this map. Obviously, it's going to get chipped down. But going into, like, starting the event with 1100 is really nice. And apparently Daddy Ping forgot to change his lerp down. So that's a good start.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of sucks. But I mean, obviously he was able to come in and offer his services at very short notice here. So hats off to him for coming to sub in this game.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Boomer, Jockey, Hunter, and a Smoker here coming out. Smoker going in there, gets managed a nice pull on the Nick. Jockey lands too, but Ellis gets a nice clear on that tongue, and that skeet does come out by Chip as well. So obviously it looks as though Chippendales are going to take game 1 here, Sig, and depending on the situation here, they're definitely on their way to pretty much stamping a passport into the grand finals of ACI.
Yep, they're definitely just, the further this goes, the harder they're making it for them at this point. They definitely need about I think they need about a 200 health bonus at this point, that being Xbox champions. They're going to need at least a 200 health bonus to... Oh my god, I had the whispering part just now. I'm sorry. What's wrong with me right now?
Smoker pull goes out on the Nick. Charger gets cleared. Jockey goes in there and lands on the Rochelle. We have another tank coming up here for the Xbox champions in the hands of Bells Warlow, aka MK. And how about we send it over to a Xbox champions room and see how they play this tank, Kiss me.
Okay.
Wait for us.
Well, you can go in with us when we're up.
It's cool.
Okay, if you want to go in, just go in. They're not bleeding down. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get them bleed out.
Probably just gonna let me take the ceiling without taking any chip. I mean, not the ceiling, the roof, or the stage.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm ready to go. Let's go get him ahead.
Alright.
Yep.
Of course.
You can underhand, and you can throw underneath the stage, like over there.
This might be a good time to try and wipe them, because they're all like 2 punches, 1 or 2 punches.
I'm looking right at him. Oh, they found me.
Okay, if we have a
This is a pretty good hit. We should
Yeah.
commit with this.
Like 2 or
Try to get some incaps and shit.
Alright.
Go get the
Go ahead.
fire.
Gonna commit?
Yeah, he is.
Going now. Need
We
help.
can't get anyone. We have to.
Behind you.
Yes, tank's dead, by the way.
Indeed, and that tank is dead, so that was the 5th tank of the game for the Xbox champions in the hands of MK there. Still not being able to get that wipe, and that's pretty much the nail in the coffin, I would say, right there, Cygnus.
Yeah, they didn't quite do that. If they really wanted to make this, like, close as possible, they probably should have just rock tanked and bled out the survivors there and just kept doing hits, but the tank opted to go in and do a drop hit on someone, and he did get a good amount of damage, but not quite the damage he needed.
Alright, so we are going to see another hit coming in here right now from the Xbox champions, as a matter of fact. And now we're going to see that nice charge going out onto Coach there, as a matter of fact. So that's more damage going on to him. A little more damage onto Skip and Drip, but they are the only health bonuses left here. And I'm believing now that they are probably going to be able to make the chopper here with some nice health bonus. I mean, they have 632 left. I don't really see that going away in the next couple hits.
They have to be getting really nice hits for the health bonus to drop that far down. So... yeah, it's gonna be a really... they're gonna need a lot of health bonus to win.
I would say so. I mean, it's still in the realm of possibility, but I always say possibility versus probability. Nice 2-cap landing there onto both Coach and Nick, and now the charge is going to go in there, manages to catch Coach over there, gets a couple pounds on him, 1 pound and 2 on him, as a matter of fact, but as we said, he is on health bonus, and I believe that might have been the last attack pre-chopper.
We should see, yeah, we definitely should see the chopper coming in momentarily. They may have 1 or 2 spawns because they were a little staggered, but... yep, there's the lights. Chopper should be coming in any second. Let's see which side it is. They should actually get 1 more hit.
Yeah, and they have
as the chopper's coming
3
in.
pills to their names, so 3 survivors will be fast, 1 will be slow. 1 last hit here, it looks as though it will be for the Xbox champs, Jockey, Boomer, Hunter, and a Spitter for them. Now, Chopper is coming in not through the building, but through the opposite side, so it's coming across the stage. Hunter coming in here right now, gonna get killed. Boomer spawns up, gets popped, and this has been a dominating performance, I'd say, from Chippendales. Even when Mock was still here, the Chippendales definitely earned this win here, Sig.
Definitely actually they beat them almost every map there. Even if it was just by a few points, they managed to gain small leads at the very beginning. They got that 300 point bonus in the map 1, and then the next 2 maps they got small ones, but they still stayed ahead of. And then on that map 4, I think map 4 really was just the not the turning point, but the seal their victory.
Yeah. Teddy Pink saying we got this. They're playing behind by about 1,900 points here right now. The max they can get is 2,400, so they would need to take all but... Pretty much, they would need to save all their health but 500 bonus of it. It is doable. I don't have a ready up HUD for some reason because I'm bad at this game. Now I do ready up, so we're good. And as soon as K3 raised up, obviously a very, very disappointing showing for the Xbox champions due to the fact they lost Machiavellis there before the finale started. I mean, when you lose somebody who's a coordinator like that, so I don't think they're gonna forfeit the next one. I will talk to them about that.
Yeah,
I will talk to them.
It's good that they finished out the map. They just wanted another player so they could finish it out, which is nice of them. I guess in their minds they didn't really expect to win this, so.
Yeah, now they are pushing this tank. Tank is up in the hands of Drip for the Chippendales. And how about we take it over to one final Chippendales worm here, unless of course another tank occurs. So Kiss Me, please send it over.
Go to your right, left, fuck, sorry. That'll work. I meant, yeah, you just gotta get above him, get above him. Get above, hurry.
Oh, they're pushing me hard.
Fuck.
Yeah, they're...
Damn it.
I don't think they care.
Well, this is our strat, remember? This is how it looks when you do that. You just fucking push out.
They're trying to start it. Well, you can come in on that.
Oh, shit. Oh!
Oh, you like that rock? Who likes that rock?
I like it.
I'm glad you like it, dude.
Got a forklift over there, I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna go and drive this forklift.
Oh, it's gone.
Well, I popped a boomer on another guy.
Where's the forklift?
It's on the other side, there's
side.
only one. Yeah.
I'll get up top.
Yeah, you're fine. You got one
Thanks.
downer. You got a Debbie Downer, so. Ooh. Oh, they're trying to go pick him up, so.
Got
Oh, nice cock. Oh, I mean, jock. Sorry about that.
Oh, wow.
Oh, dude, he's tech
What do you
this
got?
crowd.
What do you got for me, buddy?
I'm gonna get the Shaggy. Ooh. Yellow. Watch this. Watch this.
Oh. Yeah, nice prediction that no one saw.
Fuck you. Time for the beatdown of a lifetime. Oh.
Oh, that insta.
Good game.
Nice, good game.
And that was the last worm of the game for the Chippendales, for that last tank of the game, and that is going to be a resounding victory right here in Game 1 for the Chippendales over the Xbox champions by a final score of 3,716 to 2,087. Cygnus, any final thoughts on that match we just saw? It was a very, very close game up until that breaking point at the end.
Yeah, it was really dominating performance by Chippendales at the end. They really sealed the deal with that map 4. Like I said earlier, that health bonus they got on map 4 was huge. And it really kind of, like I said, just the whole game they were really setting the pace, keeping the tempo up, big plays. At first they were kind of looked at like Xbox champions were kind of picking up pace and they were slowly inching their way back closer, but they just couldn't do it. Every time they had a chance at getting ahead of them, they weren't able to. So I think that game, the end score probably would have been a lot closer if they had Machiavellius up until the end, assuming Machiavellius wasn't sick. I think it's debatable. If he wasn't sick, it probably might have been a closer game. But I guess we'll find out when the next match happens.